Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'd like to especially congratulate the African Leadership Center by the intellectuals in a manner that ordinary people relate to and can implement, so that people don't engage with what you are producing. And so really I'm excited about this. The challenge that we have in Africa, as I see it myself, is not different from what goes on in all other societies. I think it starts with the basic instincts, greed and selfishness, which are survival instincts of acquiring, acquisition, and protection of what you acquire, right from the family to the clan, to the tribe, to the nation, to the congregation of nations against other nations, and in the acquisition and protection of what we want for ourselves, we use force since time immemorial, and that's why those who control force control power, and marginalize those who don't control the force. And so the struggle, I think, that we have in Africa is really now, and has been for quite some time, how do we subordinate those who have guns to those who don't? Okay. So that we can have a voice, all of us, through which we can share equitably what is available to us. Now, the subordination of guns, I would like to suggest, will not happen simply by dialogue and by impressing those who control this power and use it to acquire wealth, to give it up. I think it will take a struggle. And I would like to invite the Africa intellectual class to lead that struggle. Okay. The struggle for liberation. To liberate Africa from those who inherited the guns of the British. Because the British, again, came to control. It was the acquisition of our wealth for their betterment. The crisis in Britain now is, they are now in an election process. It is because they have been used to using the resources of the whole of the world for themselves. Now they are dealing with the reality that they are an island that has no resources, that has been used to using a lot of resources of others. So the guns whom they left the guns with here are the ones still who used those guns to now acquire our wealth, and are now using both the guns and the wealth to dominate everybody else. Okay. So how do we liberate ourselves from these guns and the wealth that they have acquired illicitly using those guns?
All right.
That is the question. And I think the intellectual class must not only produce the required knowledge of how to get out of this conundrum, but must actually step forward and provide the leadership.
Okay.
There is a leadership crisis in the continent. People who can lead with knowledge, you know, on how to, what it is they are dealing with. So now, and for me, yes, there is a problem of all these generations, but I don't consider that the problem is a generational one. As I have said, the young are as greedy and selfish as the old. And unless we have created mechanisms that will check anybody who is exercising power, whether young or old, we will continue along the same problems. So I'm excited. I would like to congratulate the African Leadership Center, but I hope that this being the beginning of the public square, will continue to come up to shine a torch on what really needs to be done practically, course of action practically to get out of this problem. Otherwise, we shall continue, and those who have power, who have already accumulated a lot of power, are now recolonizing Africa. Mm-hmm. We are in the process of recolonization, and it is going to be very difficult to get out of it once it takes entrenchment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.